The law of assumption will keep you very poor. Let me explain. Now, you clicked on this video, you saw, wait a sec, law of assumption is supposed to help me to manifest riches, manifest love, manifest the life that I want, correct? Yes, that is what your intention should be. The problem is, most of your life, I don't even want to put a percentage on it, most of your life you have been assuming the wrong things about yourself and reality. One of my favorite examples of this is when women will say, all men are fill in the blank, or men will say, all women are fill in the blank. Whatever that assumption is, you have now just closed yourself off to every other timeline, every other scenario that could be, because that is your belief. This is why religion was invented. This is why politics, this is why any person in power uses the things that they do, because they use fear, they use control to keep you in alignment with their desired outcome. Now, there is a creator. There is truth to the reality. Yeshua is God. Allah is God. There's much more I could dive into this, but it is for a different video. You must understand there are multi-layers to reality. There are demigods, and then there is the creator of all creation, of all that ever exists, does not exist, of just consciousness itself. But like I said, most religions, I'll say all religions to an extent, have been tampered with to be able to warp those around it. Even let's just say, if someone is a Christian, in a Christian household, however the husband sees it, then the wife, the mom, like whatever the situation is, they can use certain things to manipulate their children, their family members, whoever it may be. Just realize this. There's always that manipulation going on. So, within that being said, that awareness, when that awareness to something is shut off, you lose all access to every single timeline that could be. That's why if someone has this deep-rooted faith in fear, which most faiths are, you can't receive any of that abundance. You won't even see it. It is if you have blinders on. You know, when horses are running, when they're doing the horse racing or just even a horse and carriage, they put these things on the side of their eyes like this that keeps them so they just see forward. They can't see anything else. Their view is just very narrow like that. Now, for some things, when you are trying to become very successful at something, you need to have a clear vision and you want to be laser focused. But with your opinions on reality and life, you want to be able to have no opinions. The more you know, the more you realize you do not know. And that is one of the most beautiful things there is. You should never stop learning. You should never stop creating. You should never stop experiencing. But as I said, let us jump on back to the first statement. The law of assumption will keep thy poor. If you have the assumption that you are not good enough, that you can't do it, if you believe that people don't have money, these are hard times, poor America, oh my gosh, did you see 60% of people are living paycheck to paycheck, 70%, 80%, it's the worst ever, what are we going to do? That's what most people think. That's what most people put their focus on. That's what all of social media tells you. You go on any of the apps, it is nothing but garbage for your mind. It is very hard to find someone like me on there. I used to get a lot of views. Once all this stuff started catching on, TikTok, Instagram, they're suppressing as much as they can. Amazingly, here on YouTube, YouTube's always been very good where it does share information very well. It shares good knowledge. You have to be very aware of what you are saying or doing, or else your assumptions are going to keep you poor, because that's where you have always been. Whatever you are doing right now, look at your life. Look where you are. Take a moment and look where you are right now in the room that you are in. Why? Why are you not where you want to be? Why are you not doing the things that you want to do? What has stopped you? What belief systems from the past have been ingrained in your mind to keep you in this weak, sad place? You have to change your assumptions. I'm going to tell you a story about myself. My wife and I today, we were out Sprouts. It's this like nice organic type of food store. And a very long time ago, when we first met, when we were homeless, when we were very, very, very poor, I guarantee poorer than most of you. We were very, very downtrodden. We would try to go there. We wanted so badly to just get some good vegetables, something like that, some fruit. And I can remember back then just living so harshly, not even thinking there was a better life. You have to understand, I have it all, and I just keep becoming more of it. But there was a version of me that was completely fine with living in a terrible fifth wheel trailer, living in a tent, and just nothing wrong with this at all. But I was very, you could say very, very, very just low. I had no expectations for myself other than, messing around, just doing nothing worthwhile. And I really didn't think that there was any hope. I didn't see it. I actually thought that was normal, to live this kind of just low-end life. And that's the thing. That's my assumptions were, that's normal. That's okay. That's cool. I don't have to try harder. I can live off of 10 grand a year. I'm not kidding you. We lived off of 10 grand a year. There was times we'd like eat a freaking jar of peanut butter, like last on that. I mean, there was times we did some, it was just hard. There's times it was very difficult, and my mindset was so different, and it was so accepting of it. It really, really took a lot. It took year after year to just dealing in this. The lowest point I ever had, we had built a cabin and we lived in it. It was a very big accomplishment of mine. But in the wintertime, I was waking up every hour to keep the fire going because it'd be negative 20 degrees. Our house had no insulation. It was freezing. I'd wake up and the thermometer in the house would say 40 degrees. You could see your breath. It was so cold. And then in the summertime, we had to have a mosquito net over our bed. The mosquitoes are so bad. I can remember waking up and just mosquito after mosquito, even through the net. And then finally we had mice that were just crawling over us at night. And I can remember sleeping one night, feeling it go, and I gave up. I didn't even care if the mouse was in the bed. And I hear just that noise. I'll never forget that noise of it just crawling right over my bed frame. And we put out mouse traps. They were always going off, and I had to, get rid of the mice, dispose of them after that happened. And I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't live that way, and I had to find a way out. And I did. It took time, but I did, and we kept persevering. But I truly changed the way that I saw things, and I'm still doing that to this day. Whenever I put a limitation on, I don't know if that would work, why not? Why couldn't that work? Maybe that's exactly what does work. But the point is, today at the store, we were like, you know what? Can you remember back then, we had no ambition. We never could have imagined being the people we are here today. I just took my wife to the Louis Vuitton store the second time this week. I got this new pair of sunglasses. I got her a few things, some sunglasses, and I don't look at what the price is. It doesn't even matter. And she said, sometimes it feels weird. Like, I can't believe we're at that place where there used to be a time where we wouldn't even walk past a Louis Vuitton store. We'd be too embarrassed. We'd be scared to even go near something like that. We weren't even worthy of it. But again, it was our mindset. It was our awareness, and it was our assumption of our reality and ourself. You need to really think about who you are and what your belief systems about this world are. And you need to change them as fast as you can. I did 3 snaps with the gauntlet. 3. We know 1 snap does a lot. What does 3 snaps do? I love you guys, as always. If you need my guidance, head over to my website. Make sure you follow me on IG as well. Have a wonderful day. And please think about what I said. Change your awareness. Change your assumptions.